Hello ladies and gents, and I've not done a now and then post for a while, and I wanted to kick us off with what I hope you'll find to be a good one. This little short video we're going to nip out of the past and into the present, and back into the past again. But first I want us to nip back into the past 118 years ago, 1905, when this photograph was taken, to Woodgrange Road in Forest Gate, which was Essex in those days, London now, and to Forest Gate Station, which you can see over on the right, with its dome. Interesting station, this one. It's got two interesting things attached to it. One is that the railways came to Forest Gate in 1840 under the Eastern Railways Company, and that was very early for a railways and railway station to hit this area, which in those days was a relatively quiet country backwater. So that's its first interesting thing. The railway closed a few years after it opened, but under pressure from the locals it opened up again. It closed in 1843 and then was going again by 1845. By the time this picture was taken, it was Great Eastern Railways that was running the line. Its other slightly sad but interesting thing is in 1953 in May there was a nasty accident at this station involving a staff train and a freight train collision. Yeah, that's just two of the things associated with this one. As we see in this picture here, there are no tram lines down. So at this time, 1905, it would have been horses and carts and steam trains, which is our background noise for this photo. I love old photos like this, and I know many of you do as well. They're real windows into the past, and it's not often that you can stand more or less in the same spot and get the same building at the same angle, which is what we're going to do now. So join me in the present, 2023, where we'll see the Forest Gate Station and Woodgrange Road of today. Off we go. And here we are, the same view 118 years later. So yeah, a very different Forest Gate to the image we began with, really, wasn't it? But off for another view quickly from a slightly different angle. And here we are, back off into the past again, just 1 year after our first photo we began with, so 117 years ago, but at a different angle. And you can see between 1905 and 1906 the tram lines have been installed. So now you've got your, at the time, more modern transport system of trams, steam trains, and you can still see horses and carriages. And interestingly enough, right over to the far right is a lady on a bicycle. So where she's going we do not know. But yeah, they invented special skirts and garments for ladies riding bicycles in those days. They're known as practical garments, so they were decent. But yeah, people didn't approve of them, especially the older men. They didn't think it was very nice, but there we are. But yeah, you see the old tram there, station still standing strong right over to the left. And as I said in the first image, a very, very different world to the one we see today. But like in our first image, or just after our first image, we're now going to zip off into our own time, into the present, and get this view from the same angle. So off we go for that. There we are, same angle, 117 years later. 1906 our last old image was taken, and as you can see the station is different from then, as it got damaged in the war and then had later restoration. But this domed area was once originally part of the whole station, was the station kiosk. So yeah, very, as I said in the first one, a very different Forest Gate to what we see now, but back to our old images and what I prefer, and a little bit of the history of this one. So off we go. Sorry about that. Off we go. And lastly, into our own time and era with this late 1980s, early 1990s photo, which shows the dome of Forest Gate Station on the floor and in a pretty poor state of repair at this time. I don't remember it like this. I would have been a little kid at the time, although my granddad lived not far from here. I just don't remember it. But yeah, this is what gave us really the station and its little domed kiosk that we see today. Because that domed kiosk, as you've seen in the first two images, was once part of the actual station where you would get your tickets and stuff from. but it's a separate building now. But nice that it's been preserved with its dome. So this is just what I wanted to end us off with, a little something from our own era. And the pub that you can see right over to the far left, 1925, so that's restored or rebuilt 1925, that's still there today, and I will be covering that one soon. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed this little now and then, or then and now. Thanks for watching.